Over the weekend on Saturday, it was April Fool's Day, and things have gotten so strange in society that it was impossible to tell whether or not the things that people are posting as April Fool's jokes were jokes or just liberals being their usual selves. And one of the things that I came across was this Bud Light can featuring a special edition of the TikTok transgender star, Dylan Mulvaney. And I thought, that's hilarious. A lot of people are going to fall for that because things are almost that crazy. But it turns out that they are that crazy because this wasn't an April Fool's Day joke. It's real. Bud Light partners with trans activist Dylan Mulvaney for March Madness. This isn't a parody! Unless Dylan is the one who pulled this April Fool's Day joke. But I'll show you why the evidence indicates that it most likely is real. And the fact that it could be real and it could be a parody, and it's really hard to tell the difference, shows how far gone our society is. He posted this video on his Instagram account saying that Bud Light sent him the special commemorative can to mark the 1-year anniversary of Dylan dressing up as a woman.
And Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay.
The Babylon Bee summed it up perfectly, saying, beverage pretending to be beer features man pretending to be woman. Last year in Canada, a country that is surprisingly even more Marxist and far left than the United States, issued some commemorative pride cans featuring rainbows and different pronouns, saying, celebrate everyone's identity. Bud Light believes that everything is more fun when everyone brings their own unique energy, said Mike Diagnastani, Senior Marketing Director of Bud Light Canada, who obviously knows nothing about marketing because he is turning off 99% of their customers to try to appease 1%. Who would drink gay beer? It's our brand's mission to leave no one out and celebrate individuals being their most authentic selves. That's strange because I can't be my authentic self, because if I actually said what I really think about these people and what's happening to our country, I would be banned from the entire internet. Through Bud Light Camp, we are championing LGBTQIA2S+ community members and allies to live their truth, leaving only one question. What camp are you in? Well, you know, it is weird that the A literally stands for asexual people who aren't interested in sex or have extremely low sex drive, really have no desire to engage in any kind of sexual activity whatsoever. And I don't know why they would want anything to do with a community that just won't stop talking about the kind of sex that they want, and that is their entire identity. Just 10 years ago, if any marketing director would have recommended that any company do this, let alone a beer company, they would have been laughed out of the boardroom and fired immediately. It would have been a funny April Fool's Day joke, but now this is reality. In a sane society like the United States was back in the 1990s, people like Dylan Mulvaney would have been contained on the Jerry Springer Show. But now he has 10 million followers on the Communist Chinese psychological warfare operation, TikTok. Before TikTok and before Dylan Mulvaney, YouTube minted various kinds of these same celebrities, like Jeffree Star, who has almost 16 million subscribers. So these aren't people that just see one of his videos and just laugh at him and mock him and roll their eyes and shake their head. These are people who want to see more content like this.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are ya? As you can see by the title, the next massive Jeffree Star Cosmetics collection is called Psychedelic Circus.
Oh yeah, he sells his own makeup, by the way, and he's worth reported over $100 million. James Charles is another one who has poisoned the minds of millions of millennials and Generation Z kids with his almost 24 million subscribers.
In today's YouTube video, I'm going to be trying out a full face of makeup only from TJ Maxx.
So this video was posted 9 days ago. It has almost 1 million views. And as you can see from the ratings, it has, what, a 99% thumbed up rating. So people aren't just watching this to see what a freak show it is. People are watching it and they like it. And if you may be wondering why the dislike count is actually showing here, it's because there's a plugin that you can get for your browser that will actually and accurately show the dislike count that YouTube famously banned a year or two ago now because they didn't want people to see the massive thumbs down rating on all the mainstream content that their algorithm is shoving in everyone's face. So there is obviously a huge market out there of people watching and liking these videos, not just watching because it's so bizarre or not to just see what kind of weird stuff there is on the internet. They literally like these people. And I'm tired of seeing them. I'm tired of hearing about them. I'm tired of talking about them. But this is the kind of content that is assaulting society, particularly the youth, on every front, on every social media platform. And Andrew Breitbart famously pointed out, it's become known as the Breitbart Doctrine, that politics is downstream from culture, and the left knew this. So they changed the culture. They warmed everybody up to these ideas, brainwashing several generations now through social media. And then the laws get passed to codify this kind of behavior, to legalize it, to mandate it, to ban anybody from opposing it. Here's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as a guest judge on the RuPaul Drag Race Drag Queen competition show, admitting that the only reason why we have these new laws now, the bathroom laws, you can't fire somebody for how they identify, otherwise that's discrimination. Even if they identify as one of the 57 different supposed genders, you're still not allowed to call them weird. You're not allowed to fire them or not hire somebody because that's discrimination. So here she is admitting that the reason that all this happened is because the liberal media industrial complex shaped the culture first, and then came the politics.
People think Congress and government is all about leading people, but ultimately a lot of our politics is about following the public will. And the people who change what people think are artists and drag queens. And let's not forget who threw that first brick at Stonewall.
Yeah.
By the way, she's talking about the Stonewall riots when she says she's glad that they threw the first brick. She's talking about they threw the first brick at police. It was a gay riot back in, I think, like the 60s when police came to shut down one of the LGBT nightclubs. And then, of course, they did what they always do when they don't get their way. They rioted. So the liberals are celebrating that. That was a big milestone in the LGBT movement. Now we have internet celebrities like Jeffrey Marsh, who, instead of being in jail or a mental hospital where he belongs, he now is on the internet openly recruiting children who he wants to reach out to him so that he could just talk to them privately.
Let me tell you something about LGBTQ rights, about trans rights. This is only going in one direction.
Down the toilet.
You will respect us.
Censoring us from the internet, arresting us for posting memes, sure, but we will never respect you. We're in a collapsing empire. We're in a failed society. There's no question about that. How else do you explain things like this being normalized? Books like this being printed, being published, being put in bookstores and schools across the country.
This is what they're trying to teach the youths them?
Instead of the ABCs, get it? It's the gay BCs.
Fam, B is for bi?
There's a real book, by the way.
C is for coming out. D is for drag. Fam, fire that ball.
That's exactly how you deal with garbage like that. It's getting to the point where I might have to just stop covering certain issues because it's making me sick, and I might accidentally say what it is that I really think about them and get myself into some big trouble. And a new study reveals the obvious, that social contagion may be responsible for why so many kids are confused about what supposed gender they are. I'm working on some new in-depth reports that I'm going to be releasing soon. I'll get back to releasing those once a week probably. Those are the very detailed, serious, thorough analysis and historical overviews of a lot of the issues that I talk about here, because I think it's important to see where we came from and to give everybody a clear perspective of how things evolved to get us down this slippery slope. By the way, I'm on Locals now, where you can sponsor my work for $5 a month by clicking the link in the description below. It's like a Patreon, but they support free speech. It's essentially a private Facebook page. So there's a forum there for members only, and it helps sponsor my channel. So appreciate all your support. Click the link in the description below and head on over there and check it out.